Alright, let's move on to the anime.
Okay. The first thing I want to bring up is I do not remember Big Mom almost pulling life or death on Usopp and Chopper.
Because she did not.
Okay, so that's a nice little addition, just to really showcase. Yeah, they almost died.
Dude, I knew that shit didn't happen in the manga, and I'm still watching it like, oh shit, are they gonna die?
Yeah, right? I'm like, no, she almost killed them. She almost killed them, like, right then and there. I mean, like, I figured something was going to draw her away from them, but I forgot what it was. And then, it turns out, it was Prometheus saying, hey, Mama, I found Zeus and the lady who took him. And I guess Big Mom just cared about that more in that moment. It's just like, I'm bored of these two.
Well, I mean...
But it kind of tracks.
Look.
It kind of tracks. Big Mom has a 5-year-old's brain.
Well, look, man. You could either go after these insignificant gnats or the person who literally stole a piece of your soul. Big Mom has a vendetta against Nami at this point. Although,
Fair?
More so than the people who were launching fart tank bullets at her face.
Fart tank bullets? Or Chopper with his fucking rocket launcher.
Here's some candy for you.
That's right. You threw a fucking grenade at her. Like, okay, who let the baby into the ordnance?
Oh, man.
Frankie, did you let that child into that tank full of military-grade ordnance?
I will.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past Frankie. I would not put it past him. It's just like, there may be just a few things in there for blowing shit up,
General wanton destruction.
Isn't that our thing? Destroy shit?
It's how most of these things go, and we're in anime territory.
Plus, I've been doing this since I was knee-high, so even if this wasn't our shtick, it was going to be eventually.
I will miss the adventures of Commander Chopper and Driver Usopp.
They held a special place in my heart.
Oh, man.
Also, when the tank accidentally partially transformed into the general and the straw hat the lid, I should say, closed on the thing, it only just in that moment occurred to me that the red bar on the straw hat that's supposed to be the band, that's the window he sees out of.
Yeah.
That's when that occurred to me. Like, oh shit! How did I not think of that before?
It's a very weird setup, but it's very thoroughly thought out.
And it's clever, because it has this aesthetic to it, and you think, oh, that's pretty cool. But then upon a closer inspection, you're just like, oh! Function! Sorry, that kind of stuff, that gets me excited. When it looks really nice, but it also serves a proper function. That's how a mech needs to be done.
Honestly, you can't always tell in most of the artwork, though. But I remember seeing that when it first showed up, it's just like, oh, okay, I get where he's seeing out of. But in a lot of artwork, it really doesn't look like it's something you can see out of.
No. That's kind of the problem. I'm just like, why? How did he... for the longest time, I always wondered how he saw out of it, but I didn't think too much of it because it's Frankie, so I figured he hooks himself up to it to see. I don't think too hard about it. I would have hurt myself otherwise. We just established this.
But, I don't know. I always do also prefer when he has the black rhinoceros car. I mean, the black rhinoceros bike, just because it's so cool.
Yes. Yes, it is. I love seeing Frankie in that fucking bike. That is I want that bike.
I always wonder if Oda thought of it after the events of Strong World when he created the Crawley Davidson.
That might be honestly, that might have been his inspiration, but he just thought, a crawdad doesn't seem as cool. It's kind of cool, but what if I made a rhino? I feel like that's the only question he had. it's cool, but what if Rhino?
It's an amazing Rhino.
It is.
I can't wait to see him run over Big Mom's face with it.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so great. Especially because for whatever reason, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a cool bike, but it does look like a big ass tricycle with a dump truck ass.
It is.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who picked up on
Look,
that.
man, I'm looking at a toy of this shit right now. That's exactly what it is.
Oh man, isn't it also kind of phallic shaped deliberately?
Damn. You know, I could have gone without thinking about that, but yes. Now that you mention it, the big black rhino is in fact Frankie's dick.
I'm sorry I ruined it.
It's still cool, though.
Oh, it absolutely is. And I just love that that's the arms for the general.
Oh, man. Got a big-ass seat for Frankie, though. I'm loving it. I love the detail on some of these toys for it. Like, yeah, it's just a big old trike bike.
Damn, I actually kind of want to get this now. This looks fire.
Yeah, it's a really detailed toy. Although, now that I think about it, where does the rhino head part go when he transforms? Or did it go in like the... I don't remember where that part goes.
It kind of disappears, in all genuine honesty. Like, it locks in, it looks like it locks in where the head should be, right? Yeah. And then the arm... No, it locks in at the back. And then the arms, like, shift forward in order to be in place. I wish I had an answer. Yeah. I have no fucking idea.
It's one of those things where I'm just like, I'm surprised that's the only part of it that just kind of disappears, because I feel like it would make an awesome weapon or something.
Yeah, right?
Like, don't ask me how.
Kind of rhino head. I mean, I wouldn't know how, but I agree with you that it would be pretty fucking cool. Hang on, I'm looking at the toy to see if it... All right.
I'm seeing a few other...
no, on the toy...
Seeing a few other functions for the toy, too. Like, man, they made this thing really elaborate. I don't know about you, but Frankie's figures always look really good.
They do. There's a reason I have one, because it looks fucking amazing. It's from Film Z.
Alright, we got, like, really far off topic.
Yes, we did. I mean, that's the problem. Like, the main focus of the episode is also, like, one of the coolest toys ever.
Yeah, like, seriously. It is an amazing toy, and there's a reason why it's Frankie's wanted poster.
Okay. So,
yeah, not a lot happened in this episode.
Yeah, no, like, the one thing I mentioned that happened in the episode, that was the biggest thing. Usopp and Chopper almost fucking died because Big Mom almost killed them by stealing their souls.
Yeah, like that. Let's see. Robin and Jinbei arrived at the Skull Dome, and some dude tried to flirt with Robin before she karate chopped his ass into a consciousness.
Like, you get out of here with that shit.
Orochi put Momonosuke up on the crucifix.
Hyogoro is amongst the Beast Pirates, meaning so are a lot of the Samurai Alliance.
Some of the gifters tried to get Zoro to join Kaido.
Okay, I was far too into that one female gifter who was, talking all that good shit to Zoro.
They kept on zooming into her fucking hips, and I'm just like, look, episode, stop trying to make me horny. I need you to stop.
Listen, it's gonna be a little difficult because the Beast Pirates do just straight up wear fetish gear, so like for the next few episodes, at least until like the raid starts, we're gonna have to like fight off the horny with the bonks.
Because it's like sometimes you can kind of ignore it, but when you think too much about it, it's just like all the women are just in fucking bikinis and panties. Like riding up the highest possible way, because even Robin was looking bad in this episode.
Yeah. I I always thought Robin's outfit from this was just a chef's kiss pacha meme, like all that good stuff. I enjoy it so much. I had to draw it on a Twi'lek last year.
Oh man, like it is just like god damn guys, why? Like shit, there was even the episode where Nami and Carrot were running up to those beast pirates and you full on had bounce sound effects when the titties jiggle. And I was just like, stop it. Stop that. You stop that.
You stop that. You stop that right this instant.
Oh man.
One of those women is underage. You stop that.
Stop acting like
But and the last of the episode was basically Luffy and Yamato kind of getting into it because Luffy's just like, I got somewhere to be. And Yamato's just like, please listen to me. 3 times. Count them 3 times without actually saying anything.
The reason is just like Luffy just keeps insisting on a point of like, no, I don't care what you have to say. I have to go. I have to go. And I look at this situation and I just kind of sigh a bit because I see where they're both coming from,
Yeah.
Yamato's like, listen, I do need to talk to you. It's really important. Everything I have to say to you is so deeply important. But the problem is we are kind of in a situation where they could hear what I'm saying to you. And so I need you to follow me somewhere where they can't hear me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he totally means this 100%. But coming from Luffy's perspective, someone who says that shit to you that you don't even fucking know or even have like any inkling of trust, you're just like, how about no? I'm not about this shit. You ain't gonna fool me. I don't have time for this. I gotta fucking go. The whole thing is a farce.
Yeah, it's a no-win situation, basically.
Like, I'm glad it's gonna get resolved, but right now, this stalemate just has me at a point of exasperation.
Although I am looking forward to the Yamato and Ace flashback, a little bit more of that, because I don't know, I just love the way they're animating Ace in this season, so I'm all for more of it.
This is like the first time they get to animate some like proper, like good fire, like in the past they did their best, and by the time they got to Marineford, it looked really fucking good. But now they're gonna just take that and just be like, you see that shit? It's doo-doo garbage compared to what's coming next.
Ooh, also, in this episode, when Luffy was doing his Red Hawk, they basically made it look like he had the Mirror no Mi. I'm just like, he can't produce that much fire.
Sure he can. Why the fuck not?
Like, I love the anime, but they've been going go big or go home, you fucking scrub, for a good while now on some of their animation.
I love it. I kind of really love it. It's making the series just a lot more fun. Because, I mean, I think we can all agree that Oda is kind of speed running through the series as he writes each chapter. Like, he's covering the most important bits, and, if something needs to be brought up, it's brought up. Most fights are probably going to just be like drawn out in the anime anyway, so it's just like, let me just cover the most important bits and focus on the action, because there's so much. So much.
I mean, he has gone on record in one of his, because there's author comments in some of the Shonen Jump magazines sometimes, and he has put it out there that he is essentially putting twice the length of what he would draw, packing it all into like essentially around 20 pages. So he really is doing that.
Just giving us the most important bits. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, which is unfortunate because honestly speaking, while I do want the series to end at some point, if he were to just drag it out a little bit more, I wouldn't be mad.
Me either. But unfortunately, a lot of the mainstream media are legitimately intimidated by the length of the series.
Its girth.
Its length and its girth. And, I've heard too many people just say, oh, I can't get into it because it's so long, after a certain amount of episodes, I just said forget it, And, part of me just gets disappointed when I hear that, but at the same time, I kind of had the same attitude towards Naruto. So, but I feel like there's a massive difference in quality, but that's also a matter of personal preference.
Oh, it's something that in a later part of this discussion I'll get into, but I do get where a lot of them are coming from. What a lot of people also need to realize is One Piece has currently surpassed Batman in terms of sales. It is one of the second longest running and best grossing. I forget the actual terminology. Yeah, it's one of the highest grossing, yeah. But there's some other terminology that I should be throwing in there that I'm blanking on. But it's surpassed Batman in terms of sales for its book overall.
Global sales.
Yeah. The only person that has to beat is Superman.
We're coming for you, Supes!
Like, that volume 100 just did gangbusters. I mean, One Piece, let's be real, it's not selling as well as it used to, but, like, most manga that have been running as long as it has don't stay as popular as it has. That's the thing. Like, Jujutsu Kaisen has surpassed it in terms of a lot of sales. Friggin' Demon Slayer
beat it out.
Yeah, has outdone it. Like, there's a lot of other series that have just gained a lot more popularity. It's just that One Piece is one of the few series that have stayed consistently good and popular as well as profitable. Like, not a lot of series can say that.
And I mean, let's be real. It's not like an easy thing to do, but I mean, God, it is nothing short of a Herculean feat to have accomplished as much as he has, especially in the course of like 25 years almost, maybe more.
Next year it'll be 25 years, 1997.
Yeah. Okay. So 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
And
the thing is, no part of it ever feels. It never feels like half-hearted.
Yeah.
It never feels like he's giving up on ideas. It always feels like he's trying to bring. No. I'm blanking on the words here. God, I had it and then I lost it. The train of thought. The world he has created over the years just gets more expansive the more lore bombs he drops, the more crazy ass characters he just throws out there. I mean, again, I'm borrowing from Grand Line Review, but he was right. Oda will make like a perfect character design and then say, "What if I just completely fucked it up?"
Yeah, I saw that video too.
And then he'll fuck it up, and then he'll kind of decide, you know what, I like this version better, and whichever version he likes better is usually the one we end up getting. And that kind of feels like the most accurate way to put it, but it's honestly kind of ingenious.
I mean, you need to look no further than a lot of the shit that he's come up with on a whim, and then he just ran with it, and it ended up becoming some of the most popular elements in the series. Like,
oh, you're talking about the supernovas.
The supernovas, Vivi, the warlords, like, just things that he's just been like, hey, I kind of want to add this in, and then it seems to have always doubled the length of the series going forward, and it's just like, the way he incorporates them within the series, it's just like, God, are you sure you didn't plan this?
It really does seem like he just plans a lot of shit ahead of time, but he leaves stuff in random, like he plants plot threads wherever he can, it seems, and then he just comes back to them later. And I swear to God, if he's been bullshitting the whole time, making it up as he goes, and just finding the right times for specific ideas that he's definitely been in love with, and just been like holding off, like, oof, when can I get to this? When can I get to this? I honestly think that he already knows everything he needs to about Vegapunk. He just can't release it yet because the character's not relevant yet.
True. Like, other mangaka that I've read series for, they would have introduced Vegapunk the moment you heard his name, and it just be that we haven't gotten back to him at this point. But him, he's just like, no, it's not important. No, it's not important. No, it's not important yet.
Just remember the name. Remember the name.
Because we'll bring it up at least 50 times throughout the course of the series.
Yeah, because as it turns out, Vegapunk just has had his hand in every scientific achievement of the last, however the fuck old he is.
At least 50 years.
At least 50 years.
And that's not going over how old he is. I'm just saying that from the perspective of he's worked with both a judge and queen who are in their mid-late 60s. So at the very least when they were teenagers.
Yeah. You know what's weird? I honestly, in my head, picture Vegapunk looking very similar to Dr. Clover from Ohara. Like, I picture him having a similar face and beard. The hair is probably entirely different, but that's just like, that's the image that comes to mind when I hear Vegapunk. Now, if it looks completely different at the time of revelation, I'm gonna probably have a hard time adjusting at first, but then I'll just be like, oh, okay, that's what he actually looks like. Chances are I'll either love it or hate it at first, but love it regardless anyway, because it's Oda and he will make you fall in love with any character design just by adding personality to it, which, God, he's good at that too.
See,
God, we really got to get on his level, man. We slipping, we slacking.
I will say that only because of teching, whenever Vegapunk is brought up, he keeps using Rick Sanchez's picture, and I'm just like, God damn it. Don't put that image in my mind.
Oh, what if Dr. Clover mixed with Rick Sanchez?
Does not compute. Does not compute.
I put a cursed image in his mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you, but I'm not sorry to anybody else.
But, I mean, yeah, I think that was it for the episode.
Yeah, there wasn't a hell of a whole lot going on. Just, pretty much everything he listed off. Animation didn't really need to be that go big or go home, apart from, the one Red Hawk.
Yeah. I mean, shit, even Zoro cutting down those beast pirates was pretty fucking intense.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to bring up, actually. You notice their blood was glowing white?
Some weird-ass censorship going on in this one.
Like, wow, we really can't, can we? Like, we know what it is. We can't, though, huh?
I mean, it's been the first time we've, really solidly seen him cutting people the fuck up. Because it's always kind of treated like he's just blowing people back to a certain degree. Because we've seen plenty of fuckers he's, quote-unquote, cut, who have just gotten right back on up, and have just helped them out later down the line, the Frankie family being one of them. But here it's just like, oh no, he's very much killing motherfuckers.
Yeah. Mercy is no longer allowed in the new world.
We could just drum it up to Enma, and it's endless bloodlust at this point.
Yeah, which is crazy because Kitetsu was the bloodthirsty one.
In comparison to Enma, that thing was a mosquito.
You're not wrong. You're really not wrong. Listen, my absolute favorite thing about Enma is the simple fact that when Zoro first pulled it from the sheath, it sapped the muscle mass out of his arm, and this man just said, hey, give that back. And he got his fucking muscle mass back.
He's trying to suck out his hockey, and it's just like, no, bad sword.
Back.
Fucking hell. I can't wait to see some of this shit animated once we get to Roof Piece.
Oh, man. I can't wait for Ashura Zoro. I can't wait for Ashura Zoro. It's so long. It's been so long. It's been so long. It's been 84 years. Well, it hasn't exactly been 84 years, but it's been a long ass fucking time. It's been at least 10.
Yeah, at least.